daydream or flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts,
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
Gary Coe.
And
I'm Albert Santilli.
So we have
third.
our guest. Gary's
Gary's
back
our
with
guest.
us.
Yeah. Albert's
Happy New Year,
back.
everybody.
Oh my dear Jesus, it's Gary again.
Oh, my
Oh,
Siri, that's not nice.
Shit, here we go.
Oh,
Oh.
Siri knows.
So,
Well, we had a little. Okay.
well,
Hey, it is live. Thanks for hanging with us, you
Yeah.
guys. We're sorry. We have a new camera, and we did a run through last week, and it was great, and it was clear, and it was crisp, and it was wonderful. And then, of course, today we go live, and then wah wah wah. It's okay.
So you got the usual blurry us tonight, but we'll be back with the new and improved hopefully next week. So
It's probably better that we're all blurry
yeah.
to see us in high
We
def.
do have a new audio set up, so hopefully you can hear us a little better this week, and we'll get it. We'll get it. Yeah. So what's going on?
Well, what's going on is Greg hung the new pictures back here. So we've got our Whiskey Roundtable
courtesy
emblem.
of
Yes,
Ronnie Thackeray.
yes.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Thanks for making that for us.
Fantastic.
We have the Buffalo Trace. And we
Right.
changed up a bunch of, we just kind of moved our, some of our, yeah, right.
Paraphernalia.
Yeah, no. Sorry, kids. Kids, it's been a long day for me. You have no idea. But anyway, a lot of our sponsors, I kind of switched some of the stuff around for better fitting. So, but anyway, you'll be able
Good
to,
deal.
with the new camera, you'll be able to read everything on the wall, which is great. So, looking forward to that next week. We'll see what happens. But
Nice.
I'm being optimistic.
You'll be able to see the
Right.
For a Good Time call.
Yeah, for a good time call.
So it's our first show of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So how's retirement been so far, G?
I wouldn't know because I've
He's working harder than ever.
working
I know.
harder now than ever.
So instead of 5 jobs, you're down to 4.
Well, you know, I
So-
still do insurance work, so that's good. You know, so that kept me busy today, and it was a rough Friday. Everything I touched fell apart, but
The mush.
even the popcorn. I dropped half a bag of pop. I was making Sean a popcorn, and I dropped half a bag all over the kitchen floor. I'm like, so I was talking in tongues upstairs.
Is that why it's greedy?
Well, hey, listen, don't complain, Lee. I'm trying to help you from not falling.
That's the worst, man. No broom, have to pick it up one by one.
But
Not when you have two dogs.
oh yeah. Yeah,
George will
she-
be eating popcorn for
Yeah.
like a week.
Yeah, she will be. No, I swept it all up.
So there's a new cheap test for the COVID because, right? You can you take a good. You do
Good.
your nosing of your whiskey, and then you do your taste. You know, if everything seems normal, you know that you don't have it, right? So it's one of the main
that's what I
one of the main symptoms is loss of smell and taste.
Mm-hmm.
So I tested it last night like 21 times, and I was negative every time, except
hell are you?
except like today I've had this nasty headache all day, which means that's another symptom.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna have to
You might have to catch
try
up.
it again. I
See,
It's a
that's-
miracle.
I just want you to know that that's packed with vitamin C.
I'm still
Corn.
negative, man. I'm still negative, but I have to keep testing the rest of the night just to
Alright.
be sure.
You never can be too careful.
That's right. You got to be careful with this thing.
Next week we'll have a Corona meter as you drink.
That's it.
That's
To know
right.
your levels.
I'm telling you.
That's right.
Oh shoot! As much alcohol as this group has imbibed, we're free. We're good.
Yeah.
Corona wouldn't have a chance at this table.
Corona's knocking on the door. Like, oh crap! Wrong house.
Corona's like,
That's the weakest virus
don't
at this
come
table.
near the door. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
So yeah, we kind of have our new camera set up. Shall we test it out? Like,
Oh yeah. Let's see what it looks like. Are you ready?
yeah.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
There we go.
Bottle can.
Oh,
Sick.
We got the bottle can.
we just went from cheesy to sleazy.
All right. So that's what we got. We got
I want
the,
to talk about a pair of underwear in your butt.
So
Jesus.
So hey,
$3,
we're always
your name could be in there next
we're
week.
always
Oh
making
my
improvements
God.
here on the Whiskey Roundtable. We're always trying to up our game,
I'm sorry,
and
kids.
sometimes it works. So.
I'm sorry. Somebody checked the viewer rating. I'm sure it's fallen by at least 94%.
I think Nickelodeon picked us up.
Oh my
shit.
God.
Oh yeah, 2021 is gonna be better, guys. Right?
All right. Woo.
We're in a rocking start
Man.
already.
Somebody stop me.
Coming out that gate strong. So, hey, what are we tasting tonight? What's on table?
What's on the
Only a way
bottle
we
cam?
knew.
Yeah.
Nobody can see body.
Do we do the
Bottle
bottle?
cam?
We
Yeah,
did the
Still
bottle
on
cam.
the-
We're
okay.
on the bottle cam right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Well, tell them to open their eyes and they'll be able to
Yeah,
see
there you
what's
go.
Yeah,
drinking
do
today.
we need to do this
We
again?
need. We need to do
Hey
the
everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
All right. So, yeah, innovation.
I got 2 words for you, Dunbar. You're stupid.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I knew that would come. So.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Oh, so
So I
you
looked up
did,
stupid in the dictionary. I saw your picture next to Gary's.
yeah. And you know,
Oh my
Then it would be
goodness.
you are.
You are.
3
You
words.
are. Oh shit.
so and you know,
We are drinking Wathen's Single Barrel, which is fantastic, by the
Amongst
way.
other things.
yes.
Is it Wathen's? I
It
always
is.
say
It is Wathen's.
I always
It is
say
Wathen's, yeah.
Wathen's.
Yeah, I do too,
Wathen's.
but the A is short, so.
So am I.
And we do have Albert here with us again.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh God, it's
so-
Albert Santilli III again.
So yeah.
Very nice.
Passing out haircut coupons again.
Yeah, shout out to Anthony.
Oh, it's a new toy.
Well,
Let me give me a.
Hey, listen, when you slide underneath the Whiskey Round Table, pull me with you.
I don't know what you two are going to be doing under there, but you all
Oh
have
my
fun.
God.
Reliving prom.
Reliving prom is right. Killing me. Alright. So, what's up, kids? What have we been doing for
So
4
anything
weeks?
new?
You did a little inventory.
I
a
did.
little
I'll
kind
put
of
some
clean up
inventory. I
down.
did.
You know,
Clean up.
the environs around the Whiskey Round
The
Table.
only thing I didn't do was tighten the tabletop. I forgot.
Yeah, we need to do that.
I forgot to tighten the
That
tabletop.
would be just the kind of day we're
to
having.
recheck
Well, that'd be
our
the-
to-do list. So.
Yeah, so we'll get that done. I gotta get the rings back on the barrel that fell down. I'm gonna have to make them permanent because everybody puts their feet on them and pulls them to the ground. But
Yeah, back when you worked, we didn't have all these problems.
I know.
I know, right?
I'm working hard now. So a picture of me showed up on the one of my friends posted a picture from the sheriff's office with Midge. So Midge
Right.
was the smallest canine drug dog that we had. It was actually the sheriff's dog. So
Well, Midge would be an appropriate name.
right,
A small.
So he was a little Chihuahua. So I won't go there. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't prejudge.
So if you're ever hiking in Scotland, you get attacked by these things called midges,
Right.
and you can't see them, but you can certainly feel them. And
Huh.
yeah,
Stick to your bottle can. So, but anyway,
We
so
have
he
midges
posted.
here. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
We have midges here, and they tend to fight the New York Yankees
That's
too.
true.
yeah.
So my buddy was kind enough to snap back in the day, snap the picture of the dog, but I'm sure it had nothing to do with the dog. It had everything to do with my picture. So sitting at the table with the dog. So
Well, honey, you're a little big, so it is kind of hard to miss you behind the dog. I
You're
mean, the
fat
dog
and
is
big
like
bone.
this big.
the dog only weighed like 8 pounds.
I'm sure they labeled who was who in the picture.
They did.
Well, my picture and name has been out of the blotter, and I intend to keep it that way.
Well, that's good.
The night is young.
Yeah, we
So-
haven't got into the Wathen yet.
So what'd you guys do for your day off? For your 4 weeks off?
4 weeks off.
Besides help me.
Just I don't know what did. Well, we weren't off for 4 weeks, but our 4 weeks off of the show
Right.
during
Yes.
that interval. Well, you know, we did stuff around the house, right? We did a lot of organization, I guess.
We recorded some Whiskey
We
Wizards.
did a few Whiskey Wizards, so they're in the can for the future.
Easy
and,
now, it's family show. Easy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No wonder why you were sitting down
Well,
quite
you know,
gingerly today.
it's good to get ahead of the game on some of that stuff. So, you know, I do my best.
Gotcha. Appreciate all your help.
And I helped a little bit, not as
Oh,
much
you
as
got
I
the
would have
little
liked,
stuff,
but I'm I'm glad that you got the job done that you were trying to, and got everything cataloged, and
The only thing I don't have done yet is the
all
Scott.
6 of those bottles we got.
I got them all.
Got them
cataloged,
all.
Yep, I got like $24.16. So I don't know if that's insurable. You
That's
never
just the
know.
bottles when you take them back.
It's just the bottles. Oh my goodness, you guys are killing me. So,
Oh.
so other than that,
That's
we just laid low and minded our own business.
Albert, you were in Florida, weren't you?
Albert was in Florida.
Yes, I had a very restorative family vacation down in Florida.
That was
So
nice.
Nice.
drink a lot of whiskey, smoke some cigars on the beach.
That's tough.
Nice.
Tough life.
Now you're talking.
My buddy Harrison called me while I was down there, and he's like, "Where are you at?" I'm in Naples. And he's like, "Italy?" And I said, "Yeah." But yeah,
So,
Florida's
It's a
good.
little difficult
got-
to travel
We
there.
got one of
Right now.
our new fans watching the show, Nick DeCastro.
Yes,
He
yes.
says that
Oh, is
we're
he
looking good.
watching?
He says he likes my shirt. Thank you.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
Nick.
Took a haul.
Thanks for joining us, man.
It took a small pygmy tribe to pick the cotton to make this, but that's okay.
I mean, Mark. Mark. Did you say Nick?
No, I do that all the time. Mark, I'm
I
sorry.
do that too.
I do that
want
for
to
some
call him
reason.
Nick.
You know what I
but
think?
why is that?
I meant to ask him because he looks like a kid I went to school with way
He's
back
probably-
in the
But I
day.
didn't
And
go
his
to
name
school
was
with that
Nick.
kid, but I
His
always
name
try
was
to,
Nick DeCastro.
It's Mark, but I always.
So I always call. So that's
Yeah.
just natural.
Anyway.
So
Well, he's
sorry,
probably
sorry
dead by
Marky.
now,
I
though.
apologize. What's
Yeah.
that?
He's probably dead by now, though.
Never know.
Kid you went to school with.
That's.
The ashes down there, but whatever.
What do you need, dog?
Nothing.
Yeah. You need lighter? Need an extra? I gave you an
It's a
extra.
different joke for the
Well, that's
deceased.
a good segue to what are we smoking, guys? What are we
I
got?
am smoking a Cuban blend cigar from Royal Havana. So Royal Havana, one of our one of our sponsors, he supplies us with all our cigars, lighters, cutters, and all that. So we were with him last Saturday, and he gave me my monthly bundle for the show.
Dave Samrock.
Dave
I'll say his-
Samrock.
I'm allowed
Something
to say his name, right? I can say
Yeah,
his name.
Dave Samrock.
It's something I might be smoking if I smoke cigars.
If you smoke cigars, you'd be smoking a good one right
What's
now.
Albert got?
Everyone knows Dave. Shout out to Dave. This is a Brick House Maduro, and it's a bigger, it's a little bigger ring gauge. That's the way I like them. I like smoking big cigars, and I really enjoy the wrap around it. Like this, got a gold,
So that that cigar got its name because the owner, if
Brick
you
house?
will, they were the only house on the street that was a brick house. So that's how it got its name. True story.
good pricing on this one.
It is. That's a
And
good
I got
cigar.
you one, too,
$6.60.
after the show.
Yes,
You know,
thank
you
you
got
very
one.
much. Thank you. And Gary gave me a nice cigar too.
Same thing I have. Just that's the Habano version. I got the Maduro.
Yeah.
Interesting story behind these guys. This is actually from fields in Pakistan where the fields are worked by Asian midget amputees, and it's a rescue. So when you buy cigars, you actually get to keep one. I'm just kidding.
There's a couple laughs on that out there.
No
Oh,
Asian midget
my
amputees were
goodness.
harmed in this video.
Womp womp.
Your brother Steven is dissing the brick house. Not my favorite.
You know what else is funny about those videos? Their genitals are
Hang
blurry.
on a second. Steve, go back to sleep. Go ahead.
You can't talk like that on the show.
Go back to sleep, Steve. Oh my! I need a drink. Are you kidding me?
I know,
It's been
right?
That kind of friggin' day for sure. All right, well, come on. Let's
I think
get to the
Steve-
show, kids.
Steve's
Let's get
just
to the
jealous
show.
because he doesn't have a
That's
brick
Steve's
house right now.
Steve, I think his house is brick, by the way. But
Steven.
he's got bricks, so they're in his head.
Oh, help us.
Anyway, my
he
brother.
dogging
Steve's
Willie's?
just
Yes.
mad. Steve's just mad because he is not here.
Uh-huh.
That's why he's. That's why
Lucky
he's
for
mad.
us.
Oh shit, brother! You
Is
hear
he-
that,
is
brother?
he
You
viewing?
you
I
hear
feel
that?
like he tunes
you hear
in
your
all the
sister's
time.
dishing
Yeah.
you?
There he's on.
What's up, Steve? I miss Steve. He's a good guy.
Yeah, Steve's a lot of fun. We always have a
I
good
don't know
time.
anyone that doesn't like Steve.
Yeah. Except my mom, my dad, my brother. His first grade teacher, bus driver,
The postman.
postman, any dog. Other than that, he's a great guy.
Oh,
All right,
Lord.
come on. Enough
Okay.
play. Let's get this going. Let's
Okay,
go.
so
Okay,
let's
so-
go back to the bottle cam.
Bottle cam.
Dang. You
I should
guys
give
caught
you
me
a
off
heads up.
guard. Yeah, no.
If there was only
Wait,
something
let's
to
do
lead
this
us into
again.
Boy, that Doug
bottle
really on his
cam.
game
Tell me
today.
when you're ready.
Please.
Come on, Doug. We only have 40 more
That's
minutes.
right.
We must be
That's
paying
the
by
problem.
the
I just
click.
got too many things.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, come on.
I hope the audience is entertained.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle can. The bottle can.
All right. Okay.
The bottle can't.
The bottle can.
Battle can't.
That's what she said. All right. Okay, so Karen, do you have something to tell us about this whiskey? This is a whiskey show, right? Let's get on with it.
It's supposed to be. Okay, I lost all my notes here. Hold on, let me go get them. Yeah, we had fun earlier before the show started, so.
Start posting the outtakes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're
Can
gonna.
you
We should do
imagine?
that. We should
I
do
feel
that
like I'm
this
at a
year.
Lady Gaga concert. Like,
We
it's
should do all the blooper stuff
Why?
for sure.
laptops and sequencers kick in. She hits
And
the
the
button,
high-heeled
technical
red
difficulties.
Yeah, you left your heel here last time you were here. How'd you get home? Did you drive barefooted or what?
Fred Flintstone style.
I just wrote that kids in here all night.
Hey, it works if I'm standing on the blotter.
Oh my.
Don't drink and drive. Remember to drink responsibly.
Turn your lights off. They can't catch what they can't see.
Unless it's an STD. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have taken a nap before I started this show.
All right, so let's get into it, kids. This
All
is the, I'm going to say it wrong again, Wathen's.
You got it.
You got
Okay.
it, girlfriend.
Waffles, yeah.
It's the Wathen single barrel. It's a 94 proof, the made up of 77% corn, 10% rye, 13% malt, and it comes from the Charles Medley Distillery. And Charles Medley distills its products, but it's not actually a distillery itself. So what they are saying is that the Medley family has control over all distilling aspects, such as the mash bill, the yeast strain, entry proof, those kind of things.
So basically by contract.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And they are the only ones that actually know who they contract with. But based on the shape of the bottle, which we'll go back to the bottle cam, based on the shape of the bottle, people are supposing it looks like Elmer T. Lee. So they're saying, well, it's probably related to Buffalo Trace.
I have heard that in the past myself.
Likewise.
But other people, when they try it, they are thinking more towards the Barton Distillery.
I could see that.
And they say that Barton Distillery does a lot of contract distilling too. But we can only guess where it comes from.
1792 is another one.
I mean, the Smedleys
Yeah.
go back to the 1600s as far as how long they've been
Sure.
making booze.
You can see that, but can you taste that, Greg?
You can.
Okay. I'm excited. I haven't done it yet.
It's very good. You're gonna love it.
So we have kind of a funny story. So Greg celebrated a birthday while we were away, and this was a birthday present from our girl Marion.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
She brought that over to us while we were out, and we loved it. We were like, oh my gosh, we've got to do the first show on this one.
And Mark DeCastro was good enough to give me a couple of presents too. It was very nice of him.
Yes.
We had a good time with him. He was a great guy.
Yeah, we did.
I look forward to hanging out with him. I could hang out with that cat all day long.
We had fun at Cracker
Oh,
Barrel
yeah.
We
too.
did. Really did. Really, really a great person. So go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. And then we liked it so much, Greg got another bottle, and we went to the cigar shop. We went to Royal Havana last week.
Yeah, catch up with some friends that we haven't seen in a long time, and it was so my friend Tom McMaster used to have Max Tobacco Pouch in Chagrin Falls, and that's where I met Tom, and a lot of the patrons there still remain close friends to him and myself as well, and we got a group. They put a group together, called us and said, let's go do this. So we met them last Saturday, and Gary came in. I was all excited about surprising him with this bottle, and he's like, look what I got. I'm like, look what I got. So we start laughing, but we had a great time last weekend. It was a lot of fun. I almost hated to leave. We were having so much fun, but we had to get home. So, but it was cool.
Well, poor Tony and Dave needed to get home too. We could
Yeah.
keep them there all night.
No, that's true.
But that was funny. You both
was,
show up
yeah.
like that. So it
Great
was
morning.
meant to be that we're doing this tonight.
Two people show up with Wathens in the same place at the same time.
What are the odds?
That's a Tupac song, by the way.
Is it?
We have Tupac on the soundboard.
No, I didn't.
It's a lyrics of Tupac song. Seriously.
There's not enough Wathens for me.
I'll play it later. Go ahead. Move along. Nothing to see here, kids. Move along.
Well, I thought we were going to have a lot to talk about today, so I didn't pull too much off of this. Again, it's 94 proof, 77% corn, 10% rye, 13% malt, and it's from the Charles Medley Distillery. I do have nose, taste, and finish, but we'll wait until we actually get around to trying it before I spoil any suspense with that information. So, you want to pass it out there, Greggy?
I do.
Pass it out.
Pass it out.
Whenever your break's over, I'll
Gary.
take one.
Pass it out,
Pass it
ship it
out.
in, take them around, and
take
bring
it.
it back here.
All right.
Keep that one. We'll go this way. Thank you.
Keep going.
Okay.
The guest is supposed to get up and get his own damn drink, but that's okay.
That's you.
Oh,
That's you, Doug.
We didn't go over the guest rules, I guess.
Oh, we did
You
go
were
over the
supposed
guest
Yeah.
to
rules.
do that.
We have to come up with some guest rules.
next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for these two.
Oh, but I am very special guest.
Elmer's son I never had. He's just like me.
Wow.
Oh gosh, everybody wants to see the outtakes and the pregame posts.
Oh, shit. Okay.
On to something. Yeah, buddy.
It's a much calmer than our regular, what we're proposing today, so to say. But anyway. All right, kids, what are we doing here?
We're nosing this thing.
All right.
Actually, the post game would be actually probably.
That's what I was just
entertaining.
thinking. Like, pick it up like an hour and a half afterwards.
I'm gonna clean my palate out.
Clean your palate
Actually,
out.
had my teeth cleaned yesterday. No joke. I'm not.
Anybody out there want to try some? I'll pass the bottle out.
I should be really good at this.
Pass it around.
Okay. I'm gonna take the bottle
So-
cam.
We got a few here.
So I get. Well, let's start with Gary. What do you?
Go ahead, Gary. What do you got?
Tell us what you're getting on the nose.
You know, I never get a ton off the nose. Like the nose is, you know, nothing really ever stands out on the nose with Wathens with me other than spice. Like you can tell by the nose you're gonna get spice when you taste it.
You know what I get is I'm getting like I would call it like peach, and then I also get a little bit of almond, and then something like a
I get a peach cherry blend.
some kind
for
of
whatever
dough,
reason.
like sourdough or something.
Oh, that's an interesting. That's an interesting call out. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I get.
Georgia wants some.
Yeah.
She's going crazy up there.
How about you, Karen?
You know, the first thing that came to my mind, aside from the oak, obviously, because that's what I usually get on these, is leather. Get a lot of leather on the nose.
On the nose, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can
could
see
call it
some
that.
leather, a little bit of leather.
Good observation. Wish I had nosing.
I know.
What do you think, Albert?
We'll do that next time.
What do you think?
So it
Robert?
smells sweet, man. Like maybe brown sugarish.
Yeah.
I don't know, little.
Yeah, I would say I was thinking some brown sugar.
You know, you get your caramel, you get your vanilla.
Yeah,
I
let's
smell
do some
brown
vanilla,
sugar. I smell
vanilla.
cherry. I kind of get it. I think it's cherry, but it kind of transitions into peach, if you will. It's. I've had this several times recently, and thanks to Marion, and it was very pleasantly surprised.
I think it's just from the nose,
Yeah.
it's quite a joy.
Smells like a
That
very
certainly
clean.
doesn't suck.
It certainly doesn't suck.
Yeah.
So shall we?
Do you want me to give you some nose taste? You want me to give you some nose notes?
What's the
From the
official
Brick
nose saying?
So the official nose
What do you
says, what do you nose? The salty caramel, earthy herbs. I will say I do get an earthy
Yeah.
smell from it. And here's where you guys were talking about the peach, maybe. Warmed apricot
Ah,
Sugars.
okay.
Could be apricot.
Fruit
Yeah,
sugars.
okay.
and a bit of cherry.
Okay, gee, good job.
All right, so we'll
All
go
right.
in.
Let me cleanse my palate with some larceny.
There you go.
Well, that's what he brushes his teeth with.
That's
so you
it.
know.
Yeah.
Wathens. I was ready
Ready?
yesterday.
All right, tasting. So hope everybody in the audience has something good to taste along
Never
with us.
disappoints.
Yeah, anybody in the audience,
It'll probably be tasting a little different.
anybody watching
but,
that's commenting on the scroll, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Yeah, let us know what you're drinking.
Yeah, no
Be
one's
stingy.
talking about what they're drinking.
Yeah.
We got Jennifer Boggs out there.
Jennifer,
Jennifer,
our
oh,
girl.
Pat Patterson.
A lot of New Year's
Patrick.
resolutions going on, huh?
Cameron.
Cameron's there. Cameron, all right.
Cameron.
Cameron, I hope you liked your tasting during Christmas.
I actually
No
like
Chris-
I like the tongue
not
better.
Chris,
you
no
know,
Chris.
No
or
Chris
more
isn't around?
here, but we got
you get more out of it than the
Patrick
nose.
here. He's
I
one of
always
our
thought that, too.
loyal Grover. So.
It's probably a rookie comment. I mean,
I'm the only one that
newbie.
doesn't get
What's
a ton
that?
out of the nose on this every time. Like
That's all right.
that's
Sometimes I don't get a.
It's just
a
one of
good
the things
nose.
I liked about it. You know, is
Yeah.
how good it tastes and
I,
to my surprise.
I'm gonna hit it again, kids. I'm gonna hit it again.
Well,
It's
I
got
don't
a
want you
nice
to drink
color,
alone.
nice coloration to it. You know,
So
it's
I
definitely
get
aged.
caramel for sure. Much more on the palate than I did on the nose, and I'm picking up definitely some kind of citrus, like almost like grapefruit or something like that.
I get the earth on the palate as a finish. Mm-hmm. That's where I get that.
Then I get like some ginger on the finish.
You know, I still get the
I would
leather
say
on the taste.
I would say earth on the finish with a little bit of citrus, but the citrus is after.
This is very sweet, and it doesn't have
After
a
I'm
lot of
sitting there
bite.
just kind of tasting.
No.
it.
Not a lot of heat to it.
No,
It's
not at all.
very it's a little bit delicate, I guess is how
So
I
was
would
it
describe
94?
it.
94
For a
proof.
94 proof,
It's good, really good.
Yeah,
It's delightful to the senses.
it is.
Tell you what, there's a little hidden dimension to this. Put a little bit in your mouth and let it sit under your tongue
Yeah.
for about 5-10 seconds.
So what's the official tasting?
Come on, let's hear it.
The
tasting
official
notes?
tasting. Earthy herbal elements are prominent, and it's complemented by caramel and fruit. It doesn't go into which fruit, but that's what it says.
I think you hit the whiskey on the head, man.
Nothing about
Caramel,
spices, huh?
Yeah,
I just get
Nothing
spice,
about
spice,
definitely
spice.
some.
Um,
I get a pronounced ginger kind of on the finish every time.
So for the
a little more
finish,
like
what I got, it says the caramel kicks in a bit more on the
Yeah.
finish. It's got a sweet tang. So Albert, you're saying it's really sweet. It's got earthy flavors, and it moves towards more a mossy or fresh oak on the finish.
Okay.
If you let a little bit sit under your tongue for a sec, you get
I
like a
gotta try
flowery taste.
You
A friend of
think-
mine told me that
you don't think-
let it sit under your tongue for a little bit. If you can keep it there for a while, you can tell how smooth it is.
Is it do they add coloration to this or anything like that?
Well,
Just you.
so that's a thing. Yeah, they don't. A lot of whiskeys do, and they never tell it. It's not something they disclose.
Yeah.
So, a lot of whiskeys, they have a specific color target, and each batch, if they don't, they'll add some caramel
It's got a
coloring
nice
to,
look.
to
I like
match
it.
that.
I hope it's not artificial. I mean, it looks.
So
like it's
I like to think that all the
some
color
time in
comes
there.
from the maturation.
spend some time in the
And,
barrel.
but that's not necessarily the case, and we never know because they don't tell you.
So, Mark DeCastro, because I busted his chops for the last couple of weeks. He wants to know if he can have his man card back.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Jennifer's not drinking bourbon. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen.
Sorry, what's Jennifer drinking?
No bourbon.
Dry
tonight.
January.
He says he likes a sweet thing too, so he loves a sweet thing. All right, hey, too much information, brother.
I don't even want to know.
Oh shoot.
Nick
Too
Trudick
funny.
is tasting his bacon brine.
Ah,
Hey,
Nick,
True
my
dat.
man. It's funny, Nick. I've had you on my mind all week. All week I've been thinking about
Bacon
you.
brine.
All week long.
I know bacon brine's going to be on my mind.
Nick makes everything. You want to talk about a very intelligent, good old boy, and he may be insulted by me making that comment, but that guy can do
Oh,
anything.
Nick. I know Nick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
know
know, Nick.
He can do anything. If the ship breaks out, he says he's coming to my house to eat, but I'm going to his house for a few other things. We'll eat good no matter which house we're at. But anyway, too funny. Great guy. One of my closest friends for sure.
Okay, so why don't we start over there with Big G? What
All
about
right.
ratings? How are you going to rate this one on our Whiskey Roundtable 0 to 5 scale?
I'm going to give it a little bit higher score, and the only reason is because, sometimes when you get a new bottle that you've never had before, and sometimes you have an expectation of it, and sometimes you don't. And I didn't have an expectation in this bottle, and it was one of the most pleasing drinks that I've had in a little while. And so I'm going to throw it a solid 3.5.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 1 being shoe fungus and 5 being big titties in my face. I'm gonna say I give it a 3.5. You know, I mean
3.5. Okay, yeah. So
if you're newer to it might be higher than that. You might, but
And,
it's just good
Is
enough.
that like medium titties in your
I'm
face?
kind of with my son. You get to a 4. That's I've got to go out and buy that.
Right.
So that's I must have kind of a whiskey. So yeah, that's still a very good scores. 3 5s, 3 5. Karen.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. This to me is like a daily drinker. Very easy, very smooth, not hot.
And the price is right.
The price is right. It's about what, 40?
$34.
$34. Okay. Yeah, I got to go right with you guys. 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 for Karen.
Hey, Karen Helen Keller, you really got it, sister.
Good. So
Cheesy to sleazy. Go ahead.
That's what they called me in college.
I'm pretty impressed with this whiskey. I really like it. I'm gonna go the 3.6.
Whoa.
3.65.
3.65. Yes.
You guys are stingy. Give it a
No,
4.
that's a fantastic score.
If I could
For the
change
whiskey
mine, I might
round
bump it
table.
up. Yeah,
You would.
like,
You might-
seriously.
You
When I
can't.
heard
We
the
don't
thing
have
about
a rule against that.
when I
so
heard
you-
seriously,
yeah,
give
you
me
could-
a 4.2. Not to copy people, but
There you go.
4,
because it's
2.
right on the edge. But like when I heard about the pricing and stuff, I mean seriously, it doesn't.
Yeah,
taste like
it's
good
a
bottle
great
of whiskey.
Well, that isn't a factor, but
That's a great
you,
drink.
No.
you
That-
can get whatever
no, but it
score
does
you
You
want.
could take that drink any party,
Yeah.
any get together,
growing
or
on me.
sit home, smoke a cigar, drink, or just sit in front of the fire, or whatever.
Drink, should we,
That is one of
It's
the most diverse bottles you're ever going to drink.
Are you
in my
coming to the
personal
Four
And
Club with us?
seriously,
Come
when
to
you
the
rate a
foreskin with
bottle,
We got-
that it's something that you say that's something I would just love to have and sit by
Sure.
a fire and drink. That to me, that's something you want to have.
Well,
So-
Sounds like you want to give it a
Thank
4
you.
too.
no,
It's
I'm
right in
sticking
there.
with mine,
3,
but
5.
You got
to
3.
4.
You got
It's
3
right,
4s.
you
Greg
know.
changed to a 4 as well.
So you had a 3.5. Do you want to bump that up?
I'm
like
gonna stay to my
3.7.
3.5, and that's not an
3.7.
insult on that
3.7?
bottle at all.
Sure.
All right.
3 different scores you gave.
You'd be a terrible
We're-
jerk.
It's in there between 3.5 and
We're-
4. I'll
okay.
give it a 3.7.
Don't
for good measure.
don't take them to the
3.7.
the
Final
folks
answer.
I think you're not a judge. I give it a
Very
3.5, a
good.
4, 3.7.
I like beer. I still like beer.
I just don't like making any decisions when it scares me. But anyway, go ahead.
So,
That was Senator Brett Kavanaugh. For those of you who are on the fence there.
There you
Senator.
go. Yeah.
Was it, he's
Supreme
a Supreme
Court
Justice
Justice.
leader.
There you go. It's
you
all
go.
good.
You
That
better
was a
bump
Tom-
this up to a 5
that was-
now.
So,
Can't you remember
I think it's a 5.
Brett Kavanaugh gets off?
Especially if I can have another glass of it.
All right, I'll shut
So-
up. I'm sorry, Mom.
it's all
Put
right.
another warning on there. May cause memory loss.
All right.
So let me ask. So you said it's $34, but
American.
American. What else are we talking? At least for now. So let me ask: is this something you can get anywhere right now? I know you guys both showed up with it at the.
As of right now, it's on the shelf.
Yeah, I would
man.
ask. So, because you got it right,
Yeah.
and I think it's relatively new for
I got it
Ohio,
3 times.
right? Huh?
I got it 3 times in a day.
It's far from anywhere.
3
I
different
got this
places, or
No, I'm dead serious. I acquired 3 bottles in 24 hours. I
So
got
I'd
my
say it's
bottle
pretty,
from Marion. I bought a bottle, and he brought a bottle.
Well, there was only 2 places on the west side of Cleveland that carried it that day I picked it up.
That was awesome. We can
So-
take your bottle home.
Tell me what to do.
3 in one day. Well, that's pretty good.
I should say 3 in the 24-hour period. How's that sound?
And 3 different places.
3 different places.
So I would say that's pretty readily available then, at least right now.
Yep.
So
Fantastic. Steve, they have that in Texas, or have you not looked for it at all? Let me know.
Karen Bittler says she likes beer too.
Karen. Hey, Karen.
I do too. You can't see it, but it says Karen's
Steven
Brewski
impression.
Ah. You got
in
two
here.
Karens.
Well, somebody, Karen asked if we've ever rated anything a 5. No, because that would just be like the.
I think I did once. Old Forester single barrel.
You know what? I think you're right. I think you did. I'm gonna.
I think you did maybe.
Let me see
I love
what
my
we
Old
got
Forester
here.
single barrels.
We'll give
Unfortunately,
both
you can't
Karens
get
a
them now.
5.
Yes, he did. He did rate.
You
rate
did.
it a
Old
5.
Forester single barrel.
think-
You rated a 5.
That was our
I
first.
had the Russell's
first
Reserve.
Russell's Reserve.
I
did.
gave that a 4.8.
Yeah, something.
That probably
high.
killed you.
Yeah, it did because I'm like, hey, I got to do it, and it wasn't even a single malt Scotch. So
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. In this night's segment, we're going to take a look at Nose Your Bourbon's Bourbon Nosing Kit. It says, train your nose to find nuances in bourbon. It gives the date field, the batch number, and notes created by Chris Walters with signed initials. My son Cameron got me this as a gift for Christmas, so thank you again, Cameron, regardless of how this review goes. Okay, inside is a thank you for your purchase card with some basic instructions that tell me to pour some bourbon in a glass. Done. Next, we're told to go through the nosing and tasting process, which we've covered before on the Whiskey Wizard. Then we're told to simply nose an element and then nose the whiskey again. We are told their aromas should now be more amplified or accentuated. Again, I assume if they were present in the first place. If I interpret the last summary statement correctly, we're really to nose and taste the whiskey. And then we're to use the scent elements corresponding to those notes we think we've detected to check out their prominence after we return to resample the whiskey. I guess if we're right, the sensory amplification should verify or validate our impressions. Okay, sounds intriguing. For the sake of brevity, I did sample these aroma elements earlier, and I can tell you they are all actually quite nice and effective. I assume there's a limited shelf life to some of them. There's also this stick of honey that you can put in the vessel, I assume, labeled honey. Now, I could find a Facebook page for the product, noting it was sold out, but there was no official website and not much information about the product. Apparently, they assume it must be self-explanatory, so I guess we'll do our best. I'm going to try this on this Clyde Mays Alabama-style straight rye that Cameron also got me. Thanks again, son. I chose this because I know there's a lot going on in this one, with a plethora of rich flavors and aromas. So I'm going to nose and then taste this. So I get a lot of like brown sugar, dark cherry fruit, maybe even a little bit of leather, and certainly some vanilla caramel kind of tones. And so very rich on some of the baking spices, a little bit of like allspice maybe also in there. Wow, just a beautiful bouquet. Good spiciness, some cinnamon. Again, I still get some of that leather on the palate. Maybe just a hint of the cherry, kind of a nougat, a soft, sweet nougat kind of flavor as well. So let's see. We're going to give this a try. Now, I'm going to start with the grain, just real quick. This is rye. Not getting a whole lot of aroma there. Maybe a coarse kind of cereal. Okay. Yeah, maybe a little that's popping out here at me. Okay. So let me see. Cherry. Talked about the cherry. Allspice we have, leather. This looks like some kind of dried cherries. Okay. Oh, well, that worked. That really does come out of here. Okay, I wasn't quite expecting that to work quite like that. Let's try a little. Let's see, we got some allspice and some cinnamon, I think I mentioned, and some leather, a little vanilla, caramel. Okay, well, maybe we'll do the caramel. I'd say that was a little stronger. So just going to quickly do a few of these. Allspice. Yeah, maybe a little of that. For sure. Cinnamon, I was definitely getting. Just come right out. Okay. Let's try the leather. That's not something I usually get, but I do get it in this whiskey. These are some little strips of cut leather. So maybe a little that's pulling it out more than it was in the first one. Interesting. All right, so now the caramel. It looks like I'd have to open up it's a little caramel wrapped up. So let's do the vanilla instead. Ooh, wow, that's wonderful. Oh, that's really bright. It does come out of there. Okay, it does seem like it is accentuating. When we go to one of these and then go back to the whiskey, at least on the nose, I would say that really is is making that pop out. And so I'm going to just try again. I'm going to try the allspice. I'll just pick one here. And then I think that and the cherry really popped them well. So I'm going to try it again and do a quick taste. And here's that allspice, a very prominent type of spice. Yeah, maybe. I would say it works a little better on the nose. Let's try the cherry. Definitely get a dark cherry fruit, good fruit scent there. That one came out pretty nice even on the palate. Look, obviously I could try each one of these 18 aromatic elements. I like this, and it worked a little better than I was expecting. So when I thought I nosed or tasted particularly the cherry and the allspice, then nosed the element, and then went back to the whiskey, it really did enhance the sensory cues, and it did amplify that, or made it easier to note that in the whiskey. Therefore, I think I really can recommend this. Look, maybe you want to give this a try yourself. I just wish they gave a little more instruction and science behind the product and its use. The product can be purchased when it's available at sites like Etsy and Bespoke. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard for the Whiskey Roundtable. Slàinte and now back to the live show.
Test. Okay.
All right. Are
Hey,
we?
for some reason we got it.
Okay, we got sound
Okay.
again.
Do we know
Yeah,
when
but
it
on
went out?
video, I'm just.
Well,
all I'm seeing
we're a
is
little
the-
delayed.
Oh, okay.
I went to the splash screen because that's our technical difficulty sign.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyway.
All right, well, it's that kind of a night for our kickoff. There's a
Hey,
few.
it's all new stuff.
few
It's all
glitches.
good.
Yeah, I know.
So we were talking about the testing kit, which we were like really into, but you guys missed all of that.
We
so,
missed all of it, so you know.
You sure
So-
we still have sound?
so yeah, we do have
Yeah.
sound. It's just
What do
coming
you
back
expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
Of course, we're gonna have a few
Is
problems
that
to work out.
is that so? Them titties.
now.
Is
Yeah,
that on
you
there?
catch that?
Is that on there?
Balling on a
So-
budget.
But
So we were talking about what you could use the
Yeah,
tasting.
I was
for.
saying that the nosing kit was interesting. How well it worked when you have to start with what you have to get your impressions first. Then you go to the nosing kit. Let's say I think I get cherry, and you do that one first, and it just would pop out at you. And then you go back and you go back and forth to the different things that you can't do them all at once and then go back. You have to do them individually. But
We
it
still
was,
talking about titties?
yeah, I mean, it could work.
I agree with everything you just said. I agree with.
You know, going back and forth. But
Somebody's got a one-track mind over here.
oh my
I know
goodness.
we do.
They sell the smelling kit.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
But no, we were saying like, how do you use that? And you said it would be really good for.
Yeah, if you had friends over and do a little kind of a tasting event, right? It would be perfect for that. It'd add another, kind of some additional fun to it. So I guess is how I would say. But it works really well. So I can recommend it. It's got all the different aroma elements that you typically find in bourbon, and it's a. I don't know how long they all last because some of them aren't.
I think I made Greg cry.
Oh,
Sorry, kids. I'm just trying to gain my composure.
So anyway.
Go ahead.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So I was just saying too that I think it would be really good for somebody new into the whiskey and the bourbon market because you're trying to understand when you first start tasting some of this stuff, it's just alcohol, and it, especially when I first started, and I'm probably the newbie here at the table, it just all tasted the same to me, and you guys would pull out these different tastes and smells, and I was like, where are you getting this from? And I didn't understand. But the more I've tried and the more I've become exposed to the different types of bourbons and whiskeys, you really do get an appreciation for all of those different smells. And I love how there were so many variations.
and I would say it's called a bourbon nosing kit, but it really should be called a whiskey nosing kit because you could definitely use that for single malt Scotch or Irish whiskey. I mean, all those aromatic elements are still going to be there. So
I probably wouldn't recommend it for somebody new. Like it's almost like a shortcut.
I always say if
Like
you're
develop
you
your
gotta
own,
earn it?
develop
Is that
your
what
own
you're saying?
palate. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you know what you're not someone.
I
It's not like an
say
app.
a million
or DH in
times.
baseball.
If somebody's just starting out, the best thing to start out with is Jameson or some type of Irish whiskey. That's the best because a lot of people
If you wanna
just
quit
like
drinking.
just like a cigar. Well, that's your opinion and that's fine. I'm just saying that it's like a cigar. A lot of people don't know a lot about cigars, so they walk in and they buy the one with the best looking band, and it's the full Maduro and everything else, and they get sick. And I can never smoke a cigar again. Ask the questions.
Right.
It's just like whiskey or bourbons. You go into a liquor store, ask the questions. And everybody that works at a liquor store should be educated about liquors. I've walked into a lot of liquor stores and sold more product for them that and people are like, the people at the counter are like, thank you very much. Scotches, wines, even.
yeah.
I know enough just to be dangerous, but you know what? Everybody, I go back in there another time and say, hey, that time you blah, blah, that guy came back, he bought a bunch more stuff. I wasn't trying to sell anything. I was just trying to get what's your palate. What do you like?
Yeah.
You know, you like spice. You like non-spice. What do you like?
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
You don't have to
Exactly
raise your hand.
Has everyone here tried Irish Sexton whiskey?
Yes.
I have not.
No.
No.
right. Sexton.
No,
You
I
never had Sexton?
Never have.
It's really
Really?
good,
Either.
man. For the price too, it's an
So
excellent.
maybe
bottle.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah,
one
full
we
body
should
on the
do in March when we do our Irish whiskey.
It's a great
month,
idea.
So.
I think
Great
I have
idea.
a full Sexton on the bar. I'm almost positive.
It's a
I
great
do.
bottle, honestly.
It's
That's a
probably
great,
the
great
area
drink.
of whiskey that I have the most to explore, and I look forward to that.
Irish whiskeys?
Because Irish whiskey is a market and a category that's really coming into its own, and giving Scotch a run for its money as far as international whiskeys, and they're really growing probably faster than any other category. So I think we're gonna see a lot, and I'll talk about that in the Whiskey Wizard for our market recap for 2020 and looking forward to 2021. So we'll do one on American whiskey and then Irish and Scottish whiskey. So
Whiskeys of the
yeah,
world.
whiskey coming up.
Hey, I'm in. If we're drinking, I'll be there.
Yeah. So I guess we're at the news part of the show. What do
I
you
just-
got, G?
I didn't do any news today. I apologize.
Before we go, this is the chaos that erupts
Okay.
during the show. So look at our bottle cam. Yeah,
Bottle cam.
we've got all kinds of like messed up stuff, and larceny's in there, and JTS Brown, and
Went off the rails.
oh, what do you got there, Albert?
That was a gift. It was a gift from the fire chief out in Mentor. So, bourbon whiskey from Red Feather.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be okay if it's coming from the fire chief.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
this is so. A couple of you are
This is
asking
putting out the
what
fire.
happens before the show and after the show. If
Pretty
this
much
is-
what happens during the show.
Slightly more uncensored.
Yeah. As you can see from the bottle cam, that our guest enjoyed that. The audience
Hey
enjoyed that as well.
everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
All right. Okay, that's
All
enough.
right,
But
I'm
anyway,
sorry. I'm
that's
sorry.
kind
Let's
of-
go. We got news.
News. So Craig Alachi is coming out with a 24-year-old single cask.
Is that like crack-a-lackin'?
Craig Alachi, yeah, that's a space side. 24 years old, 52.4 ABV. It's only $300 a bottle. It was released in November. There's about 600 bottles available.
500 or less.
I'm sure in Ohio that everybody will find that on their shelves. American whiskey maker Westward came out with their Oregon Pinot Noir cask single malt. This is an American single malt for 45% ABV, about $90 a bottle. Also released late in 2020, and it should be widely available. I don't know if that's anything we've seen.
You said Pinot Noir casks?
Pinot Noir cask.
I have not heard of a Pinot Noir cask before.
Well, it makes sense because
lot of cherry
Oregon
juice
is the epicenter of Pinot Noir in the United States. So, yeah. So usually we got wine spirits like cognac and
Sherry, port.
but we do every once in a while you find some of these wine finished offerings. So this is an American single malt in a wine Pinot Noir cask finish. So it's pretty unique. That's something personally that if I could find it, I would like to give that a try.
Absolutely.
Even at $90, I would probably want to give that a try. Four Gate Eagle Thief is another straight bourbon from Kentucky. It's a 12-year-old, 61.35% ABV. That's
Nice.
priced about $300 a bottle, though. Released also in late 2020. Another $500 or $600 of that are
Jeez
available.
Louise.
So probably not something we're going to find on our Ohio retail shelves. Maker's Mark, the Community Batch, interesting release. It's a finished bourbon, 53.85 ABV, about $70 a bottle. Also late 2020 release.
I think late 2020.
53.
Yeah.
I would say it's already on the show. Well, late 2020. Yeah, it's already on the show.
That's high proof,
Yeah.
53.
It was late November when it actually came out. 30. What they did is they had 37 bars and restaurants all participated, and I guess this was their private selects, and they did a blending, so that's why it's kind of a limited volume. But and also Frey Ranch Single Barrel Straight Bourbon was released. This is actually a Nevada American whiskey bourbon. It's
Nevada.
about 5 years old. Price is $85 a bottle. Widely available. Oh, in Nevada, sorry. Okay, never mind. But that looks like it would be an interesting one if we could find a way to get our hands on it. Frey Ranch. Whiskey Advocate gave it 87 points out of 100, which is high for them. So it looks like it would be a good one to get your hands on if you could. So that's what I've got for news this week.
Yeah, this is either newer or re-released, but Bardstown had just released one of their trilogy bottles.
Really?
Or 3 of their mash bills in 1 barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a bottle today. The sticker on it, it's like a leather. Do you have it yet?
No.
I'm a big fan.
It's on the website.
Big fan of very old
I'll check
Barton.
it.
You know, especially those big bottles.
Matter of
what?
fact, I think that place
Old
in
Barton?
Chardon
Barton?
had one.
You got to drive a ways to get it, but
Or Chagrin.
you know, those big bottles,
Called the
it's
wine
like you
shop
almost
or
feel like it's never gonna
Chagrin Valley Beverage.
empty.
Well, that's good.
Big jug of whiskey.
I know that Angel's Envy is coming out with a cast straw.
Nice.
If we can get our hands
They've been
on
busy.
I think it's a couple $100 a bottle. Though. I think it's like $300.
I believe it.
I like Angel's Envy, but when I like if I'm out and about at the bar, I think it's way over. They just overprice it. and
I'm
it's
with
not
you.
that
I'm-
killing
That's
for
one that
the-
I kind of look at and I go,
If I'm out, I'm gonna
Well,
leave it on the
and
shelf.
I never
it's not
go,
worth it.
yeah, I'm going to do that.
I'll be honest with
for
you.
whatever reason.
So I've had special blend Angel's Envy, which were $90 a bottle, and
You two downed that Angel's Envy I got you for.
that was okay. So I didn't get there yet, but
It's
for
good.
pushing
I'm
me
just saying the
ahead.
markup price. I understand bars has
So-
got to be.
It's an hour show.
Shit.
so my sister did a special
buy the bottle.
blending down in South Carolina. That's a whole story I won't get into, but she brought me 2 bottles, and we drank one. It was fantastic. The was it the Port Wine 20 cask, which comes in a casket. That's a great bottle as well. Well worth the money. And Angel's Envy Rye, man. Angel's Envy Rye is the bomb.
I was saying Angel Envy's been busy the last couple of years.
They have. They're really getting it together. So.
They're doing a lot with releases.
Yep.
You know,
They are.
and that's is one of the things we'll talk about when we talk about the industry is it's more popular than ever. But what is happening to them is shelf space on retail is becoming an issue because everybody's
empty?
coming out with all these different expressions, and there's only so much shelf space.
Yeah,
in a-
the
in a
bottle, the
store.
shape of the bottle.
Yeah, you're starting
doesn't
to
fit
see.
real well.
You're starting to see a lot of booze.
It's getting very competitive.
I've seen a lot of booze on end caps that I have never seen ever in my life.
A lot of these boutique distillers.
And, no, I'm talking about liquor stores.
I'm talking about bootleg.
Talking
distillers.
about end caps on at the end of the thing. They have all their product on the end cap. With whatever. Maker's Mark was one of them. They came out with 5 different releases, and then they had the staves and all that stuff, and which I have. But anyway,
How many do you have?
I think I have
69.
18,
Oh,
20,
jeez.
20 some different bottles.
Take your shoes off so you can
20?
do the map. Map.
I thought you only had 6 bottles of whiskey.
Per case.
Oh, yeah.
But so I have all of those, which is cool. But Angel's Envy and Maker's Mark, I've always liked Maker's Mark when it first came out. A lot of people bitch, this and that, it's too hot, it's this and that. Now that's what everybody drinks. Knob Creek is the hottest you can get. That's what everybody likes.
Yeah.
I'm not that cat, I'm not into the heat. I don't even wear a coat all year, so it tells you I don't like the heat. But anyway, Angel's Envy and Maker's Mark, they've come a long way. I love Maker's Mark's products. I buy just about everything I can find from them.
Message received.
Okay.
So anyway, so what else, kids? Anything else?
No, I think that
We done
we're
having fun?
almost done. We want to thank you all for watching. If you're here with us live or watching us later on, we'll see you again next Friday, the 29th, at our customary 7:30 p.m. time. Hopefully, with our
roundabouts,
with our new roundabout with our new camera. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page if you haven't done that already, or follow us on Facebook. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to be a guest on the show, you can comment on our Facebook page or email us directly at thewhiskeyroundtable@gmail.com.
All right, so I just want to, February 5th, there will be no show, be a repeat show. We'll be out of town. Doug will be out of town, and we'll resume the following week. So we got, I think, one more next week, and then after that, we're not going to be on the 5th, and then we'll be back on the, was it the 17th or something?
Back for the
Valentine's
Day
show.
I was
on
close.
The 12th will be our Valentine's Day show.
12th will be our Valentine's
So we'll
Day
hook
show.
arms and try it.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
Right.
I appreciate you all listening. We had a great time tonight, as always, and always
Yes,
appreciate
thanks
the
for
audience being
sticking
here
with
today.
us despite a few
And the audience,
technical
the audience
glitches.
out there watching us today as well.
So
All right, wrap it up, kids.
All right, kids, are we done?
Wrap it up.
yeah, so we'll end with a closing quote. Yes, and we kicked off our quotes at the beginning of last year with one from Humphrey Bogart, and so we'll conclude with another one tonight. And he said, "The problem with the world is that most everyone is a few drinks behind." So,
especially with this group, we got a big lead.
So enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
I got skills.
We loved having you with us, and we'll see you next week.
All right, kids. Appreciate you watching. We are your hosts, Big G,
Karen Helen Keller,
Doug Dunbar,
Gary Coe, sometimes.
And Alberto Santilli III.
Every now and
All
then.
right. Have a safe
Right.
weekend. Be
Thanks,
safe.
everyone.
We'll catch you next
be
week.
safe.
God
See you
bless.
next
God
time.
bless. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee. If whiskey stopped working,